plays with so much intensity that he's scary. That's why he's so effective, because people back down to him. Freeman's a beast. You know, he's going to get his stuff. You know, there's just absolutely no way we can stop him. We've been through the wars, and we're learning how to play back-to-back games. You know, I mean, putting in one good performance and coming up with another one.
Lob inside, Buenacer, turn around. What an angle!
I think we can go after Game 5.
Welcome to the championship capital of Philippine basketball, the Araneta Coliseum. And you wonder what goes on in the minds of players and coaches who want to get things done tonight, and players and coaches who want to live and fight for another PBA game day. So we welcome you to Game 5 of the Fiesta Conference Finals of your PBA. It's Alaska versus San Miguel one more time, and the Aces hope it will be one last time. San Miguel hoping to extend the series to a 6th, maybe even a 7th epic game. And it all begins tonight here inside the Big Dome as we welcome you to PBA Sunday, only here on Solar TV. Magandang gabi po, Biko Halili, kasama ang dalawang dashing gentlemen. It's a big day, so I brought two handsome dates to the prom. On my right, point guard par excellence Ronnie Magsadok, and on my left, of course, the one, the only, El Decano Ibaldado, Kirito Henson.
Amen to that.
Okay, so welcome to Game 5. Alam nyo naman lahat, ang Alaska, one win away for, tonight from ending the season and winning an unexpected championship para sa kanila. And Kirito, let's look at the series recap.
Well, you couldn't ask anything more from both these teams. They're both Grand Slam teams, champion teams. San Miguel, of course, got its Grand Slam back in 1989, Alaska in 1996. Kung titignan natin, ang series scores so far, Alaska 3-1. The only aberration, if you will call it that, was game number 3 when San Miguel won by a whopping 16-point margin. If you take a look at what Alaska has done in those 3 games, they have been able to hold San Miguel to less than 90 points a game on the average, and that's been a big key. The fact that they are defending really well.
Now, Coach Ronnie, hindi aksidente na yung mga final scores of this series, except for game number 3, parang pare-pareho yung itsura nila, hindi aksidente. And we're going to look at more numbers here. And Coach Ronnie will explain how Alaska has done this. They've dominated without really blowing San Miguel out. Tell us why.
Well, definitely Alaska's offense has worked wonders for them. Combined with the disciplined defense that Alaska has brought here in the finals, it has resulted into a 3-1 series lead for the Alaska Aces. But looking at how San Miguel's defense paved the way for their win in game number 3, may kukumpara natin ang mga numero dyan. In the first 24 games from the eliminations to the semifinal round, San Miguel's numbers compared to the numbers that they gave Alaska here in the finals, huge difference, huge disparity. Coach Siot Tanquingcen is hoping that on-the-ball pressure, contesting shots, muffling the offensive execution of Alaska will be present for them today if they want to live another day.
Of course, bilang Fiesta Conference, the focal point always are the imports. And we have 2 imports today who have been there from day 1. Hindi na po kailangan palitan, and you can see why. And Kinito, the debate over sino ba talaga dapat ang best import, it never ends because these are 2 guys, Gabe Freeman and Diamond Simpson, who go all out all the time, every night.
You know, Miko, Coach Tim Cohn described Gabe Freeman as a beast. I think the apt description for Diamond Simpson, he's a monster. And I don't know if it brings out our animalistic tendencies or instincts. But one is a beast, one is a monster. And yes, they are both very effective, very impactful players. But the important thing about Diamond Simpson is that he plays fit to the system of Alaska. He likes the triangle, he's comfortable with the triangle, and that triangle system, that structured half-court offense, gives him the ability to trust his teammates. On the other hand, he's got a very individualistic player in Freeman who can do so many things because he is so athletic. Whether he trusts his teammates as much, that's a big question mark.
And speaking of teammates, now we'll look closer at the local crew of these 2 teams. Sisimulan natin by looking at the Alaska Aces. Magumar John, take it away.
Thank you, Miko. You know, right after their Game 3 loss, Coach Tim Cohn of the Alaska Aces huddled the Aces together here on the floor and pointed out to the series scoreboard, specifically this win, number 4. After being blown away, Coach Tim Cohn just wanted to stress the fact that they were still up. the need to move on to keep their eyes on the prize and get to cross the 4 off. Their big three led the retaliation in game number 4, combining for 48 points, 14 rebounds, and 7 assists. And as you can see here in this graphic, have been brilliant all season long. These three will have to stretch even more in order to close it out tonight here at the Big Dome. That is what's going on over here at Alaska. Let's turn it over to the other side where Patricia is with San Miguel.
Thanks a lot, Magoo. With their backs against the wall, on the 11th hour, the San Miguel Beermen have decided to put Gia Abanilla as the head coach for this game tonight, and that they believe that this is just based on pahiyang or superstition, and that Gia Abanilla's tenure as a head coach is just on a game-to-game basis. Now, Coach Siot Tanquingcen will still be there, but just at the second in command. Let's see if this move will turn things around, not just for the team, but for the missing backcourt trio of Cabagnot, Ontiveros, and Villanueva. Now, Jonas was telling me that he's been sick the past 2 games and has been short of breath, and also with 3 other point guards, it's been hard for him to get his rhythm. Alex Cabagnot says he's been having one of those weeks, but he's put in the work to break free from this slump. Don also tells me that he is underachieving because he hasn't been looking for his shots, and he hasn't been that aggressive either. But if you ask Coach Gia Abanilla, he was telling me that he believes that these 3 guys over here will be huge factors tonight, particularly Don Ontiveros. Nico?
Of course, the item that stands out from Patricia's report, tama po yung narinig nyo, nagkaroon po ng switch dito. It will be Gia Abanilla calling the shots para dito sa San Miguel. Siot Tanquingcen will still be on the San Miguel bench. Needless to say, gentlemen, what a huge development para sa San Miguel as they try and survive in the series.
Well, sometimes management has to bite the bullet, and whatever works will be really dependent on the way things are going. Will be shaping up here for San Miguel. Coach Gia Abanilla will be in the hot seat, but Coach Siot Tanquingcen and of course Coach Otto Agustin will be right behind him to lend support, just to make sure that they live to fight another day.
It's it takes a lot of guts to do something like that, whether it's pahiya, whether it's tactical, whether it's tactics. For San Miguel to pull the trigger on such a move takes a lot of guts, Quinito.
You know, Miko, that has implications on chemistry. And for me, I've been watching this series at home because of my arm, so I've been taking down a lot of notes. And 3 C's stand out here so clearly. First is chemistry, and that's very important. I think that's one reason why Alaska is up 3-1. They believe in each other, they trust in each other, and they have good chemistry. But before that, well, the other C's, we'll take that up after the D's list. First, staying alive. That is the theme here for San Miguel, and they need to have that mental toughness. They can't think beyond game number 5. They can't think, well, they have to win game 6, they have to win game 7 to win the championship. Now is the moment for San Miguel to show what they can do. They need to watch the fouls. Last game, San Miguel gave up 41 free throws for Alaska, and that's just way too many. Finally, they've got to cramp Alaska's space. Alaska gets that good execution to create open looks. If they can stifle Alaska's passing, anticipate where the passes are going to, clog the passing lane, then they have a good chance.
We're going to look at the Dean's list para naman sa kabilang kampo. Here's the prognosis for Alaska.
So Alaska is very motivated. Team owner Fred Uytengsu told his boys he only asked for one thing: do it for his father. The late Wilfred Uytengsu Sr. passed away during the conference, and that's an extra motivation for them. Important for them to dictate the matchup. And here, it's not by accident that Joel Devans is scoring off Alex Cabagnot or Larry Fonashor scoring over Olsen Rosella. Dictating the matchups means you're able to create the mismatches. Second, perimeter coverage and transition defense. 2 things that San Miguel did very well in winning game number 3. They had 10 3-point shots, and they had 3 more fast break points. Finally, the locals must decide the outcome. If Alaska has that chemistry, which San Miguel doesn't have, if Alaska Simpson can neutralize San Miguel